it's Deb from Bowl Me Over. Sorry I'm a little bit late today. Had to finish up some last minute prep and then of course a knock on the door because I forgot to hang a sign there. So welcome to my kitchen and thanks for tuning in. And when you do tune in, please give me a shout out, let me know where you're from. Today though we're going to cook spaghetti carbonara, which is spaghetti, a BLT spaghetti carbonara I should say, which is bacon, lettuce, and tomato. Today I'm going to use spinach though. And carbonara is spaghetti that's cooked with a sauce that's made of egg and cheese. So it's super good, super delicious. So let's get started. And I'm going to start by boiling the spaghetti. This is a really quick meal. In fact, the longest thing that you have to do is to render the bacon. But before we get started, I want to go ahead and get the spaghetti going because we're going to have this meal done in about 10 minutes. I have a pot of boiling water, and to that boiling water, I'm going to add about 1.5 tablespoons of salt. And that's came right back up to the boil. And now I'm going to add my spaghetti, and it's going to be 1 pound of spaghetti. Now, this meal works really well for regular spaghetti, gluten-free spaghetti, or, oops, put that right there. I use the low-carb spaghetti, so whatever is your choice, whatever is your pasta of choice, use that one. And I'm going to set my timer really quick. So that's going to take about 9 minutes to get going. And what I've done already is just render off the bacon. And what I mean by rendering off the bacon, I put it in a cold pan, I cut it into planks or lardons, fancy word for it, but I cut them into planks, and I turn the heat on low and just let them cook low and slow. That renders the fat out of the bacon and gets it nice and crispy. So I have it right back here, and it's all crisped up and ready to go. And I did that ahead of time because I wanted to get rid of some of the fat in the pan and just to save a little bit of time. This is about a 30-minute meal. So I've poured off some of the fat, and what you can see here are there's some bacon drippings in there. I want to keep those. That's all flavor right there. So that's definitely something we want to hang on to. And the next thing we're going to do is find my knife. Hang on a quick sec. I always check, and double check, and I think I miss something almost every time. So I'm going to take an onion. This is a red onion, and we're only going to use about half of it today. So I'm just going to cut it in half and take the peel off. And I'm going to put that right over here. And we're going to use, in fact, these ingredients for this dish, you might have in your refrigerator right now. It's very simple. It's eggs, Parmesan cheese, bacon, onions, garlic, tomatoes, and spinach. That's it. So super easy, really good. Something the whole family would enjoy too, because kids like bacon too. Get them to eat their veggies when you put in the spinach and everything with that. So turning on my skillet. I have it on medium heat, and I'm just going to chop up this onion really quick. So if you're tuned in, it looks like we have a few people tuned in. Tell me where you're from. Let me give you a shout out. I would love to hear that you're tuning in, and if there's a favorite meal that you'd like to see, I'd love to hear what that is too. So, and almost done with the first, which is this yummy red onion. You could use, if you had in your refrigerator, if you had a white onion, a yellow onion, that would work too. But that's what I grabbed at the farmer's market today. So again, I have that over medium heat. I'm just going to spread it out a little bit and just let it start heating up there, and you're going to hear it sizzle a little bit. The next thing we're going to do is chop up a garlic. which I got at the farmer's market today too. 1 clove of garlic. And just gonna take them and smash them. Make that peel real easy to come off. Just like that. Perfect. And we're gonna mince this up really well. So I'm gonna give it a good smash. And what I'm doing here is while those onions are cooking and while the spaghetti is cooking, I'm just gonna do a little bit of prep work, and I'll just to show you how easy it is. And let's see, we have Gina. Hey Gina. Gina comes to, is logged on in Ohio. And Shirley is from St. Helens, Oregon. So thanks so much for joining me, I appreciate it. And tell me what you think of this dish, if you think this is something easy that your family would enjoy or you'd like to make at home. So I'm gonna do a couple things here. Give my onions a quick stir. And again, they're just going over medium heat. And stir my spaghetti too. You know, if you're super good with your cooking skills, you time it so the spaghetti and the onions and then this mixture get done at the same time. So we'll see how good I am. I have 4 minutes left. The next thing we're gonna prep is some tomatoes, and I went ahead and cored them already. And you can use whatever types of tomatoes you have. Here I had some small cherry tomatoes that I wanted to go ahead and use up, so I chopped them up. And I need 2 cups total. So I'm just chopping these into bite-sized pieces. And if you tuned in late, what we're making today is spaghetti carbonara, which is spaghetti with a cheese and egg sauce on it. It's super good. We're doing BLT version because everybody loves a great BLT. And we're just chopping up the ingredients real quick before it's time to add the spaghetti. So I think I need maybe half of this second tomato. All right. And I'm going to stop for just a minute more and give, just checking on my spaghetti, keeping it moving around. I have it boiling in a large pot of salted water. I salted it really good with about 1.5 tablespoons of salt. And that's going to cook for about 9 minutes. And I'm thinking we probably have about 3 more minutes before that's done. And I'm just chopping these up, again, in bite-sized pieces. And that'll be perfect. Wonderful. So that's about 2 cups of tomatoes. And I'm just going to take real quick and clean up my workspace here so it doesn't look quite so messy. Perfect. So if you've joined us, looks like a few more people have. Please send a like or love or ask questions on the screen. I'd love to answer those questions that you have. So the next thing we're going to do is put together the egg and cheese sauce. Right here I have Parmesan cheese and some eggs, and we're going to crack those eggs into here. I was going to show you one more thing. You know how we all go to the market and we get our eggs, we always open them and check them to make sure that they're not cracked. This is kind of a silly thing, you probably know this, but just in case, also check the sell-by date. Sometimes they miss those at the market, and they might have a sell-by date that is already passed. So just something to keep in mind. So what I'm doing is cracking the eggs into the Parmesan cheese, just like that. And I'm going to take it and whisk it up. And this is going to, believe it or not, make the most wonderful silky sauce that you have ever had with pasta. So I'm going to set that aside too. Next to my onions, which are, let me show you real quick. See how beautiful they are? They're starting to caramelize and get all that great flavor. That's exactly what we're looking for. So to this, I'm going to add the garlic. And the garlic becomes fragrant almost immediately. Looks like we have a couple more people that have logged on. Let's see. Ooh, Shirley says she can smell that garlic cooking. Wonderful. It does smell good. There's something about onions and garlic that just is magical. To this now, I'm going to add my tomatoes and let them cook for a few minutes. And that does smell just lovely. You know, and it's kind of fun when I do this because my dinner's going to be ready for tonight. My hubby likes to eat about 5 o'clock. Oh, we have like 5 seconds left. And the pasta should be just about done. So let me check that really quick. Because we want it too al dente. It's perfect. So in here we have bacon, tomato, and now I'm adding my lettuce part, which is spinach today. You can add romaine lettuce. I've used romaine lettuce. I've also used kale, and if I did add the kale, I would cook that at the same time I cook the onions, because that takes a little bit longer. Look how pretty this is. And what I'm doing is I'm just adding the spaghetti right from the pot into my skillet. And it's okay if some of that water gets in there, because I'm going to want that in here. It's going to give me that little extra liquid that I need to liquefy this mixture. So, just a little bit more pasta in here. Okay. Now, it's time to make the sauce. I'm going to add my bacon back in, my crispy bacon. And next is the egg mixture. And if you think, oh my gosh, this is raw. No, everything in here is super hot. And when you add it to the pot, it looks pretty chunky right now. But when we start mixing this, and this is the most difficult part of all of it, is just standing here and mixing it. So as we mix this, you'll see it's kind of stiff, meaning that this should be like silky and smooth. So to do that, we're going to add just a little bit of this pasta water. There's one ladle. Let's see what that does for us. Probably it's going to take a couple of ladles, usually about a cup. This is a recipe that you'll find on my website. And you can only make this better by adding more bacon and more cheese. So see how it's really starting to be smooth and come together and be really silky? That's kind of what we're looking for. And this is a meal that I found if I think that I've gotten it mixed together well enough, I need to mix it 10 more minutes. It just takes a little while for all of it to come together. Not 10 more minutes, probably like 2 more minutes, I should say. And that's real silky, but I think I'm going to add just a little bit more water. The pasta water has some starch in it, and that helps bring all the flavors, helps thicken this up and bring all the flavors together. So super simple meal. If you like bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwiches, you'll love a BLT Spaghetti Carbonara. And you can use your favorites, pasta, whatever it is that makes you happy. And lastly, I'm going to add some basil. Just going to take a quick minute and slice that up. I'm trying to slice it in little ribbons. For this dish, the only seasoning we're going to add, which is at the end, is pepper, because there's plenty of salt in it from the Parmesan cheese and from the bacon, so I found it really doesn't need any salt at all. So I'm going to give it another stir. And one of my friends asked a question, but I can't see that far. I'm sorry. I'll answer any questions that you have at the end of the video. It's hard for me to, I'm old. I can't see quite that far. So to show you just a taste of this dish, just that quickly, it's done. Get some spaghetti on there, some bacon, and you're set. So it's time for dinner. I'm going to come show you here. We have BLT Spaghetti Carbonara. So that's our video for today. If this is something that you are interested in, I will add the link to the video as soon as we're done. You can find it on my website right now, BLT Spaghetti Carbonara. So thanks so much. Hope your day's well, and we'll talk to you soon.